I feel so hopeful. This is my Jamaica here. Let us all own it. This is our Jamaica. All right. I'll take that question over there. We have a roving mic.
Yes. Yes, I have been given it, if you don't.
First, yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gillian Rowlands. I'm the past president of Hear the Children's Cry, an organization I served for 16 years, and recently co-founder of Hope for Youth, along with my colleague Linton Smith. And first of all, I'd like to commend the International Proxy parents for this forum. And I've heard many of the persons in the fight for the protection and safeguarding of our children speak time and time again. I know Mr. Christie for many years and the wonderful work that he has done. I know the agencies are laboring with limited resources. But I must tell you, my heart is very full this evening because I deeply believe that we are finding only band-aid solutions for deep wounds.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
And we who are involved in the fight and in the trenches, we are doing all that we can, but there are enormous issues that we have to deal with. And to underscore my point, I want to ask some disturbing questions this evening. What are we going to do about the growing number of children who are having children? We spoke this evening as though we are dealing with it from an adult perspective, but many of our mothers are 14 years old and younger. What are we going to do about that? What are we going to do about the fact that across Jamaica, many dons still command our children and solicit them and turn them into prostitutes? What are we going to do about the fact that more and more of our children, within even our school system, are joining gangs just to have a sense of belonging, and are themselves at a very tender age beginning to solicit and form their own rings of prostitution? Now let me tell you, with my Hope for Youth program, I started with my alma mater, and I went in there thinking that we were going to deal with the issues of children under stress, the cases of abuse, parents not having the resources and taking it out on their children and all sorts of things like that. But what I found were big 21st century problems where we have children as young as 13 years old already forming their own groups for soliciting, their own prostitution rings, their own gangs, children already so disenfranchised that we are in danger of having a citizenry that will be really creating just a fragmented society. And what I want to ask is, when at state level are we going to treat this as a national crisis? Not something that we can tinker away at. We have our state institutions that are working hard, but I know with very limited resources, even an under alert. I know the work that Mr. Christie does, that CDA does, that the NGOs do. But this now is no longer something that we can tinker away at. And just to include in the questions, and I'm sorry I missed the Honourable Reid, I've long admired his work in education, but I want to ask, can we really have a super ministry that deals with education, youth and information? What about a ministry of youth that is going to tackle this problem the same way we tackle finances and security of the nation? Because we are in crisis. And I put that to you, members. Thank you.
Okay, so the issues are there. It's not all lost. There are quite a few issues. There's a lot going on. Anyone want to take the questions as quickly as you can?
I think the issue of caring for our children, as was said by many of the panelists here this afternoon, is a holistic one. It is one that each of us have to purpose within ourselves, that we have to join the fight, because it is indeed a fight. State agents like us with set mandates to carry out our roles as best as we can. But what I have found in our interaction with parents and the children themselves, when you when you give them the opportunity to achieve, give them the opportunity to make the adjustment to their situation, we find that usually that is very successful. I think Dr. Scott spoke about building resilient parents and building resilient children. When we had two 14-year-olds who talk about prostitution, and two 14-year-old girls were picked up in the tourist resort areas. And they were reported to the police by the senior prostitutes. And these young ladies had their notebooks. They had rates. This rate for police, that rate for civilian, that rate. They are schooled there. So when we get those children, for example, and they will tell you that they can earn a cool $10,000 per night. We have to get to the issue of the morals and parental responsibility to say to our Jamaican people, our children are our responsibility. Yes, as state agents, we have a responsibility and we must be held accountable for how we are carrying out our mandates to serve our children who come to us. But I think it's a bigger picture that says if each of us, Proxy parents do a wonderful job with our girls and our children in our care. And many other volunteers do.
Thank you very much.
But I think it is parents' responsibility and each one of us taking the responsibility.
So as I said earlier, it takes a village to raise a child, and we all have to take responsibility for the children in our small circle and see how we can expand the support. A question over there. Where's the mic? Yes?
Yeah, my name is Loxley Lindo, and I've been listening with a lot of interest to what everybody has had to say. But it seems to me that most of our presenters, in fact all of them, have been talking more in terms of the failure of parenting. And it is the sort of role of these various state agencies to intervene when the parenting has failed. What we would like to know is there any way in which we can measure the level of parenting, positive parenting as we define it, and then in a matter of years and so on, we can do another measurement and see whether we have become any better or any worse. Thank you.
Can we take another question and then there's one up there and then one down here?
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Faye Parnell and I am a single parent and I have brought my son
Talk, darling, and let's see if we can hear you. We're in trouble with time.
Yeah, I'm a single parent. I've grown my son up as a single parent. But his father had migrated at an early age when he was 1 month old. And I put my son through Kingston College. At one point, my son always asked, which embarrassed me, if his father is on the house now. Or where is his father? So found out that my son was so concerned about his father. I found a role model for my son, which goes to this university, Professor Rainford Wills and his wife. They guide my son and keep my son through school because they were at the same school at KC. And they help my son pick him up in the morning, take him to school because I was a caregiver and nurse working at St. Joseph Hospital where Professor Rainford Wills worked. And they help my son to university and assist him anyway, and my son now become a doctor.
Bless the Lord.
Now that my son becomes a doctor, he found his way to America to find out where his father was. He went up there and he spent time, I don't know which friend he went with or some of his colleagues, and he found his father. But at a point, when he came back, he told me he was a little upset because he found his father with two children, which he said he has one. And he found him with 2 children, and it was also sending the woman daughter to school, which he didn't marry, which was older than my son. And my son was upset about that. However, I did not send him there to America, so he might let it go. But he developed a relationship with his father, and now we start communicating with his father. He was recently, now his father works at Brookdale Hospital in New York, and his father is also a lecturer and a doctor. And his father has been going on nicely, and my son is start to pursue radiology, because he found out that his father is making a lot of money over there through the radiology department.
Okay then. So we give thanks for that, and we're very grateful that out of evil come good. Don't you? Yes.
No.
The challenges were there. We're in trouble with time, darling.
Yeah, but I just finished. Now, at the moment when my son is in taking some exam, he tried to reach his father because he was in one of the Caribbean islands. Only to know that he could what his colleagues said, why don't you go on the internet? He went on the internet and found out that his father has passed off. His father is a work at Brookdale Hospital. Now his father owns 3 houses over there and other things.
All right. Okay, darling. So it is a lot happening, and we just have to move on. Bless you. No, it's all right, darling. We're in trouble with time. We're really in trouble with time.
One day, I know. While I'm talking, I want to find out how my son could have access to some of the things that he owns.
Oh, we can't tell you. Your son is an adult now, so it's difficult. You have to get a lawyer to help. All right, Mike, where is it? Yes.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
I'd like to applaud the presenters. I have a lot of questions, but time is against us.
Time, yes, sir.
And what I found out is that I've gone to many sessions like these, but this session is usually the session poorly allocated for.
I agree with
The
you.
involvement of those who have come.
Yes.
A lot of the information that we need to hear are the real life experiences from the persons in the audience.
I agree.
Number one. No, we are not lacking in information. What we lack is power.
And action.
A lot of int has been made about spiritual power. The first line of our anthem says, Eternal Father, bless our land. Where is the resource that we're calling upon? Is it the Father? Although our institutions are very ably equipped, but the power does not lie there. I'll just leave one recommendation. There are a lot of persons who are embracing the evil that they like and shunning the evil that they don't like. You cannot fight evil like that. The devil will say you're using him. I spoke to a policeman the other day and I said, friend, if you battle crime but not wage war with sin, you're fighting a war that you cannot win. And so it is for our general nation. We cannot embrace evil and fight the evil that we don't like. It does not work. And we need a stand in these meetings where we don't only in. The lady, what's her name, Kim Scott, she said she apologized. And I was very disturbed by that apology. Because that's where the power is. Our professionalism does not negate the fact of recognizing where our power lies. Much to say, short time to do it.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Yes, and then Anne-Marie Richards from Stars of Hope.
Good afternoon, everyone. Big up Miss Portia. So I came in and I saw, I said to my colleagues at the extreme back that a long time I don't see Miss Portia. Anyway.
Question, darling. Time.
Yeah. Okay. My point is, I'm totally upset with taking the children away from families, putting into the state care, and then we heard that they burnt, they died, the rape, and a lot of things reached them, misgauge. But I'm saying, first and foremost, you must shop around. If there's a family who within that child perspective can take care of that child, let it be so. Instead of taking them away from a family who can really take care of them, then we hear in the news, Lord, that child was burnt up, that child was this, that child was that. That totally hurt me to know that I can't do anything about that situation. So that's all I have to say, okay? And sir, preacher, I need your number. And trust me, you was angry, but God said you sin not. Because that was a cause why you had to do what you did, okay?
Yes.
And you have been forgiven for that.
Okay, that lady together right now. I think though that Mrs. Gage Grace spoke about the expansion of the family support unit.
Good evening, everyone. I was kind of anxious. I wanted to just say something. And the question was, what are our questions today? And I'm going to ask a question today. Who is next? That's what I ask. I don't ask where do you come from. I don't ask what can you do. What can I do for you? What I ask every young child or young teenager or a family that I've met, I said, who is next? What has happened is that we have become so dependent, and we're looking to those people sitting and saying, what is the state going to do for me? What is this agency going to do for me? Let me give you one little quick story. I met a young man out of Tivoli Gardens, and he had AIDS. And he came into my community, and he decided he was going to infect every young girl with AIDS. But when I intervened, the first thing I offered was a hug. He shook. He shook like an earthquake. What am I saying to you? Many of us, you may not have $1 million. You may not have a big house. Your paycheck may be small. But one simple thing, like a word, a hug, an encouragement can change Jamaica's children. They are not looking for big stuff. They're looking for little stuff. And Pastor, as I want to tell you the last thing, and I go sit down, because I will start preach. Listen to me. Me was just like you, but let me tell you what I did recently. I grew up in the normal church, but when you go in there, you talk like, you know, you're philosophical and all them kind of things. I changed how I bless a baby in church. You see everything that the CDA has up there? You see everything that the children registry have up there? I have condensed it and created a book. So you see, if you ever step in a church to bless baby, you won't hear it. Do your part, wherever you are, and the change will come.
Thank you. Yes, questions? I see some questions at the top.
My name is
Patrick. Yes.
My name is Patrick Williams, and I'm giving thanks for this International Proxy Parents Day. And the thing that I look for with the children, they have to tell the children who they are and how great they is.
Amen.
That they can realize themselves. That when they go home and somebody promised them a gift, they can know that themselves is greater than that gift. Who can lead them away from it? And it's my view. Yes,
Alright, somebody else on that side, yeah? Sing 2 hands.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michael Adams, presently just after 25 years released from prison. But despite the circumstances, I am here, and I'm very pleased, and this is what I would like to pass on to each and every one of us. Despite the road that has been done, we can start it now. Because we spend too much time on the things which have been done, and there is so much has to be great. Because I came out of prison, but despite the circumstances, I didn't remain. I've been through the community, I've been a participant with the best, and such, and the younger youth them, which are searching for a life, are doing various type of things, I try to guide them, and that's not the way. And if we can only don't just depend on the state, and depend on every one of us have a part to play.
Amen.
Yes, sir. You know, you have played a part in my life when I was in institution. Okay.
Bless you. Okay, have a hand up there.
Pleasant good evening, all protocol and observe. My name is John Matthews, otherwise Sean from Rivera. And I'm a liaison officer with the Peace Management from its inception. I am just asking Mrs Claudette Pious and the Reverend there. I have some guys in my community, and I realize I'm here, but I need help for them. I see them going the wrong way. And sometimes you come at these functions, you don't get an help. Oh gosh. You don't know who to go to or what. They just tell you a promise, you know, and things. And I see these guys going the wrong way right now, which I don't think is good for my community. So I say, Pastor Bell said, and started the Pious. I know you always have some nice training skill and everything. I'm just asking you, please, if you can help me with some of those guys. The guys don't respect that. Because they are the future gunmen and they are here and they are big. And sometimes we sit in the community and we know the thing and we know send them the problem and support. I'm afraid to talk. Now we come on forum like this now, we just ask. Because some of them still enough, you know, but they can't read and they can't write. But as what the pastor said, you can mentor to them or do some photographing with them and so on, and they will enjoy it. You know, they just want somebody we can tell them that well, there's a life because they don't see the motivation in the community. Because them see gunman, they all want to be gunman, seriously. So I just started and pass it.
Okay, could you give us your number when you're done?
Yes,
when we're done?
I'm glad that you supposed to have my number. Alright, thanks very much. And I must say thanks PMI for always inviting
One last question down here. We're in trouble with time. One last question. There's two then, and that's it. There's a lady behind you.
Yeah. I defer to the lady first.
Fabulous.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
I'm Charlotte Bailey. I must say a big thank you to International Proxy Parents. And I think the country should commend them on the wonderful work that they are doing. I am a single parent. Yes. And my child was the full scholar for 2014 International Proxy Parents. Without them, I don't know how I would manage.
Bless the Lord.
She's a student at Holy Child High School. Something happened to her on a bus and she had a court case. And she was going through a rough time. And you know, I see counseling for her. And you know, a report for 2015 wasn't good. And she said, Mommy, they're going to take me off the program, Mr. Crane. And that child, she had sleepless night. I mean, studying. And International Proxy Parents, they didn't give up on her. And I just want to say thank you. And God bless you all.